Morning guys, got to talk about driving licenses today. It's been coming up the last couple of days. Do you need one if you're in Spain as a resident? Now, first thing is, that's as a resident. So if you're not a resident, the answer is no. But if you are a resident, there's certain things you should be aware of. The first one is the paper licenses you have in the UK. I think you just have another medical or something when you're 70 and carry on. They don't accept that. They want the plastic ones, which expire every 10 years. Although, to be honest, I don't know what the difference would be. Because you don't actually do a retest or anything on the 10-year ones anyway. Anyway, leave that to one side. But they want the plastic ones. The other thing with the plastic ones is if you're here in Spain as a resident for more than 2 years, you should have transferred. A lot of people say, if you're a resident, you should transfer straight, as if you should do it straight away. There's reasons that you don't. First thing is, if you move here and don't like it after a year, or something goes wrong after a year, why would you want to go back to the UK with a Spanish license to transfer it again over in the UK? You wouldn't. So there has been a 2-year period, and I do recommend reading up on this stuff. This way I don't really quote these things unless it's up to date. In the sense that I've read it yesterday, but you may actually see this video in a year's time and they change something and make it a year, and I've just told you 2 years. This is why I don't put these things. This is why you need to go look for them. But the point being is there's a 2-year grace period from when you become resident to when they'll get frustrated you haven't done it. So you need to move onto a Spanish license by that time. On your driving license, you obviously have the different categories, A, B, C, D, E, etc. You transfer all those across and you make them aware you want them transferred across, and you explain you want all of it. You know, I want this, 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 this. Because otherwise they may just put motorcycle and car, or just car, which means you can't drive a small truck or small van, etc. that you have grandfather rights of. So make sure you transfer those across. It's not a difficult process. It's not a overly expensive process. The only issue is I would say, somebody like myself, they actually spends time in the UK and Spain, because obviously they talk about this 180 days. Well, that's 6 months, and 6 months in 2 countries is very doable. But am I a resident of Spain or resident of the UK is the main question. Well, I'm actually a resident of Spain. But it's whether the companies I work with would accept a Spanish driving license in the UK. Some of this stuff can be quite awkward. So it's a case-by-case basis. But for the majority of people, if you're here full-time, you're retiring here, you're living here, and not going back to the UK, I do recommend getting your license transferred within the 2-year period. It's not overly complex. It's not going to cause too many problems, but it is worth doing just for peace of mind, and you can do it yourself. Like most things, you can do it yourself. I think I pretty much covered everything on that. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave them below. And please like, please subscribe. It helps the channel.